Good morning. I'm Shonan, an interior designer. Welcome to my home. Come on in. So this is our entryway. When we bought the house, this little area you see was a room, maybe to be used as an office space or a store or a puja room. But we wanted our entry to look large and open. We broke down the walls here. We did a patterned floor to create some drama here. This is a cupboard which is called a mudroom. As the name suggests, it hosts everything which is dirty and muddy, like shoes, footballs, rackets, bags, school bags. Something which is very useful to us to hide away all the daily stuff which a house requires. And this was our focal wall at the entry, which we also decided to keep neutral like the rest of the house. We just did a plaster fluting and let the texture speak. That's one of my favorite pieces, a French window mirror in black metal, which we got one of our vendors to custom make. So these are the two openings which lead us to the living room and the dining room, which I'll show you a little later. Originally these were not arched openings, they were rectangular openings, and the first time I entered the house, this is the first thing I said to my husband, that I need to arch these entryways. And both these entryways lead us to the living and dining space. So this is our living room. It's not a very large area. So we have cozy, comfy sofas. These are old chairs which we reupholstered. This was a room. This was the second bedroom on the ground floor, which we decided to break open. Again, we arched the opening because we have big families and friends. This is one of my favorite pieces done by a gentleman called Gautam Swaroop, who does live edge furniture as a hobby. This is a mahogany table he did for us, and the 3 live edge mirrors also. Again, 2 of them are mahogany. The center one is a neem wood done in neem. The carpet is also one of my favorites. It was by chance I found something in my soft colors to match the couches. That's by Jaipur Rugs. So this is the only space apart from the kids room which we've done like a focal bright colored, dark colored wall. These were sofas which we already had. This is a bar. This was basically the entry to the second room from that side, and I custom built a bar cabinet over here for my husband. I do not have a fireplace here yet, but finally this winter, maybe before this winter, I do plan to get one electric fireplace. We do our Christmas tree usually during December over here, and we light this up. And this is a space which is for some reason not used a lot by us, but my son, who's 10 years old, hangs out here, watches TV. My daughter plays the piano, so we thought this was a cozy corner for her piano to be here. She practices, plays the piano. Those are some photographs I enjoy. Like I said, I enjoy being behind the camera. These are photographs which I've taken on various holidays. I love black and whites. Our ceilings are high, so we thought we'd make use. I always wanted rafters on the ceiling. We purposely kept them a little thinner than usual so that they're not a little overbearing, and we kept the color and polish also natural. So this is our dining space. We have a mango wood custom made dining table. We have all our meals here. There's a rule in the house that everybody has to eat together on the dining table. As you can see, we do not have shortage of natural light. We have large windows, but the house had these structural pillars which we could not touch, so we decided to maybe just make use of them and make them like a focal point. The discussion around the pillars was actually cladding them with natural stone, but me and my husband couldn't see eye to eye because he's more of a clean lined, sleek kind of look he likes, and there was also an issue with it getting dirty. So basically we decided, I found this wallpaper and we went with wallpaper, and I think it works quite well. Low maintenance, but it gives us the effect which we were looking for. And the dining chairs also, I wanted nothing too heavy, so we kept the backs a little low, and I did caning in the back so that the light airy feel continues. So this is a little terrace which we have. We were lucky to find a home with a terrace in the urban jungle of Gurgaon. And again, like we have the pillar structures inside, we have a huge pillar here on our terrace. We decided to make use of it and got a little water feature. I have some fish inside. So we have access to the terrace two ways. We also have a little sit out here on the terrace where we did a little two-seater swing. I always wanted a swing on my terrace in my childhood years, but I didn't manage to get one. So that dream came true with this terrace space here. This is a piece I picked up a couple of years ago at a place in Jaipur. The original color was blue, red and green. It was an actual old piece. When we moved to this house a year and a half ago, I decided to scrape it down and actually distressed it myself. And these frames also, which you see, the dried flower frames, were also picked up from Jaipur, same place. A couple of them I had earlier, and 2 years ago I think we went again and I picked up a few more. The peanuts, the Snoopy frames, I pulled out the dry flowers and put in the Snoopy frames because initially these used to be over my daughter's piano, so that's why they're music related. I'll take you to the study now. So this is the study. It's meant to be a bedroom, but we didn't require it to be a full-fledged bedroom. Lockdown got my husband stuck in the house working from the bedroom, so he wanted a noise-free dedicated space. It's far away from the kitchen. The kids are upstairs, so this was a peaceful space. There was a niche in the wall originally, so it was an ideal space for me to do a built-in bookshelf cum storage. He has some of his pictures and awards over here, and we have our collection of books here. The space also doubles up once in a while as a guest room, though we don't have too many guests. We have his sister come across, so we have a small queen size sofa cum bed which pulls out. This is also a mango wood chest of drawers which one of my vendors did, hosts all my husband's files, and he has been collecting stamps since he was a child, doesn't have the time anymore. So I decided to mount them up onto some canvas and got them framed and made this little gallery wall here. So this was the ground floor. We also have a separate floor upstairs. The stairs lead up there. This was a little space which was being wasted. So we put a little mattress there. The idea was to make this a space for my dog and my son, but it's mostly my son who sits here. We put a little fan and 2 lights. I'll take you upstairs now. So this was a staircase. We had a stainless steel railing here, which we decided to change, and we got a wooden rail done with the metal black railing. The steps were polished in a really dark blackish color. So as you can see, this is a high ceiling we have here. We had this little patch of wall between the 2 windows. That's a map from Look at You, which basically points the Army Public School in Dholakua, where me and my husband met when we were in the 9th grade. And I will take you upstairs. So this brings us to the landing space of this area. This wall I just put together recently. I love pottery and ceramics, and we will take you into the kids' rooms opposite each other. So this is my son's room. He's 10 years old. This is a small room. We were lucky to have a bunk bed already, which serves the purpose in a tiny room. It was a white bed. He chose his colors, like you can see, of a soft blue, a deep blue and a lime green. There was no built-in wardrobe space in this room. So what we did was, this was the dressing area for my daughter's room. I bumped out 2 feet and set the wardrobe over here, and his bunk bed fit nicely here. We have a large desk for him because he's very messy. That was a little niche in the wall which I wanted to make use of, so we just gave him a chalkboard wall, though he grumbles why I put shelves there because he can no longer scribble there. And we just gave him some decorative lights. He's a Minecraft whiz. He loves cubing, so we have a few posters for him of Minecraft and cubing. And just 5 more minutes is his favorite phrase. You tell him to do anything, the answer is just 5 more minutes. So that was very apt for him. Take you to my daughter's room. She's 15, a teenager. She spends all her time in this room. She's also had a big role in designing her own room. Her favorite colors are fuchsia and teal, and she wanted a wallpaper which had nothing to do with Indian roots, and it had to be abstract. There was a lot of confusion and some fights which went on between me and her, but finally we decided on this wallpaper. Her bed we already owned. Luckily it was all white. Again, a small room, but everything fits in. We gave her a little storage box where she can sit on also, and all her blankets and bags go inside here. This was a custom made desk. We built it on site over here. She spends most of her time here. And these are lamps, I think from Zwen Design, which matched all her colors. Swing was one of her main wants, so we gave her this swing. Usually we catch her sitting here when she's downtime, chilling, needs a break, and she wanted a brightly lit room, so she gets the whole day's sun from here as well as there. So this little corridor, as you can see, it's a narrow corridor, leads to our, basically this is a TV lounge. So this was a room which also we broke open. We got rid of the door and we arched the opening as the rest of the house. This is the space where we have a comfy couch where the family sits and watches TV, and another couch for the rest of us. We have a family photograph wall. So this is the master bedroom. It's quite a nice size. Again, like you see, we have 2 walls of windows, so I had very little space. This was a niche in the wall. Basically, from this point to the end was a niche. The rest of the house has arches, so we followed the same scheme here, and we arched this wall just so that our bed could fit right in. This is an old bed. We changed just the headboard into a caning bed, and we chopped the old headboard and made side tables. We have a little lounger here, which is my favorite spot for winter because I get the afternoon sun here. I love the lights. These are by a girl who runs an Instagram page by the name of Luma. She specializes in cane light fittings. That's a little chest which is 22 years old. My mother gave it to me with all my clothes, etc. when I got married, so that stays here. This is Sanji art, which is basically paper art, and they use these tiny scissors to make these patterns, bought from an artisan in Dastka. And that leads us to the dressing area, the wardrobes, which I keep buying from here and there. Thank you for watching. For more such videos, subscribe to LBB's Homely newsletter.